What are we going to be learning from you right now? What's the demo about?
Okay, so the demo that we're going to do is we're going to do a day to night eye. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people will probably take, I'm hoping will take some good things from, because I am a makeup artist and normally work with brides and occasions, so like the big events. And everybody that sits in that makeup chair always says, I can't do my own eyeshadow. It seems to be this common feeling across women. They always say, I'm okay at doing this, I'm fine with this, but my eyes, I cannot do. So it's actually, I don't want to say it's actually simple, but eye makeup can be simple. It doesn't need to be difficult. So I'm going to use a Doll Smash palette. And as you can see from the shades here, we have got a palette of browns and neutrals. Now, the best thing about owning a eyeshadow palette that has all your brown and your neutral tones is that brown is just universal. So it doesn't matter what eye color you've got, what eyebrow shade, what hair color, your skin tone, you are always going to find a shade that suits you with brown. It's always going to make your eyes pop. Now, if you have blue eyes, so I'm talking to the ladies that are watching this right now that have blue eyes, if you go for warm browns, they are really going to pop. So if you're not using warm brown eyeshadow shades yet, you need to be. So I will start with a demo. I'm going to do it quite quick.
And just to let everyone know, so you'll start to see the products at the side. I've got lots of information around my ring light right now. I'm not going to lie, guys. There's lots of brilliant product, but we need to give you the right information. So what's the first product that you're going to start off with? Is it the Doll Smash palette?
It's the Doll Smash palette, yeah.
Perfect. So let me go ahead and pull that one up right now. This should just go straight up onto screen. Perfect. So this doll, as you're getting ready, it's supposed to be £32, but today on this live, it is just £28.50. Now, if you would like a link to this as Emma's doing it, all you need to do is put in the chat and put shop product E. So shop product E, and you will get a link with that discount. So it offers a wider range of the products, and it's a TikTok famous sort of palette. Obviously, you've got all of those colors in there. It's velvety, high impact, and obviously features those 12 colors. So Emma's going to go ahead and take it away. But if you've got any questions, Emma, excuse me if I'm jumping in.
That's fine. Yeah, just cut me
in the comments as we go.
Yeah, just cut me in. And the very first thing to do, and eye makeup can be a quick thing, so you don't have to take as much time as you think you might need. So the first thing you do is you take your lightest color in your palette. So one that is very similar to your actual eyeshadow tone. And so I'm taking the shade Bear in the Doll Smash, and you just put it all over your eyelid. Take it right up to the brow bone, because this also just acts as a base for whatever color you're going to go and put on. So I'm just going to put it, shade Bear all over the eyelid.
And do you know what I think is really good, Emma? And you can always tell from the quality, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like a better quality eyeshadow or color definitely holds throughout the day, and it doesn't go flaky or greasy or get in your creases. Am I right in saying that?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. And then I am going to use because we're going day to night, so this is how you can go from like desk to drinks or whatever your day may involve. The next one is to choose a shade that is kind of in the middle. Nice. So I'm going to go for a warm brown called Hustle. And this is the way I would say is a great technique for eye makeup if you're not too sure on how to do your own. Is the first thing you do is you want to be putting your shade in a little V along the sides here. So the darkest shade that you're going to use. So just take it like this.
And oh my God, I'm doing it wrong, Emma. I've been doing it sort of like full sections rather than that V. I've just been putting it. That's why it just looks like I've just caked it on. And I'm always notorious for not doing eye makeup because I get so scared. But I like this. And I would imagine it works on so many different types of complexions and obviously different age skin as well.
Yeah, and there's no right or wrong way to do it either. I think a lot of people get a little bit scared because as this is step one, you might be like, whoa, I've got it really high up. But there's a tip that I'll show you next, which it just makes you feel better. You don't need to be scared of going high up or in this big V. But yeah, the darkest color that you're going to use, that's the one that you do.
Wendy is saying, love that color. Guys, if you have any questions about sort of eye makeup, how to go from desk to dinner, all of these different things that Emma's showing us, just feel free to put it in the comments right now. This is the whole point of this live show, that you can interact with us, that you get that real-time chat, and also find out a little bit more. Now, the brand that we are showing, this is the Doll Smash Expressions palette. If you would like it, we've got a special today. It was £32. You're going to get it for £28.50. So it's compact and travel friendly as well. You've also got that natural effect that you can use with those base colors that Emma's just showing us. But of course you can, and she's going to show you how to really maximize that and develop the style and the shade just from the way that you're applying that color. I feel like this is the only palette you need in your makeup bag.
I do as well. And honestly, if you don't know where to start with an eyeshadow palette, just go for ones that has all your browns, where it's got mattes, shimmers, warm browns, cool tone browns. You can't go wrong. And
Alex,
so what is the next step?
Good question. Sorry, Emma.
No,
Alex,
that's fine.
Is that okay for hooded eyes, please?
I actually have hooded eyes. I do have hooded eyes. I'm probably at a little bit of an angle here, but mine are hooded. So yeah, this technique and the colours is fine for hooded eyes. Brilliant. If you don't have hooded eyes and you've got bigger eyes, then you are the best person for eyeshadow. Hooded eyes, I do always feel, is a little bit more unfortunate, and I know that because I have them. But this way, you are bringing it up, so you're always going to see it. So the next step that I did then was I used a shade lighter called Satin, and you probably saw. So I've done the darker one there. The next lighter shade, you go with a little V at the side of it like that. And then this is where you get the next tip, which if people are a bit like, oh, I'm a bit scared of going too crazy, you get a brush that has no colour on. Just make sure it's completely, empty. And you just blend them in. Just blend them both together. Just keep blending. You just keep blending until you feel happy, basically. You can just blend and blend and blend until it's a lot faint if you don't like it that dark. So it's never going to look scary.
And you're not lying. You've got blue eyes, haven't you, Emma? And they are
blue eyes, yeah.
Right now. So look at those. Woo! Gorgeous color. So if you are just joining us right now, we are doing a live demo with makeup artist and beauty writer Emma Willett. Emma's just taken us through a little bit of a demo on how to go from like your daytime into evening look, and how to do it very simply. Oh my gosh. Your eyes look stunning. And do you know what's actually really popping right now? Also your eyebrows. The shape of your eyebrows has suddenly come alive from doing that and adding that color. It's amazing.
Thank you. My eyebrows are naturally very dark, which I don't know if it's a blessing or a curse.
I'm super jealous. I was like, oh no, she must be using a product.
Then I've just taken, which is a nice shimmery shade. So the two shades I was using before were a matte shade. And then this one here is the Wish, which is in the Doll Smash palette. And that's got a little bit of a shimmer. And just take that, just pat it along the inner, just probably up to like the middle of your eye.
So I have a question just on that with the shimmer. Yeah. We've just got Kelly saying that eyeshadow makes such a difference, doesn't it? Just with a shimmer, with a metallic, as we age, is that something that we should embrace, the shimmers and the metallics? It's kind of like the gloss or the matte. Which one looks better as we kind of mature? And maturing is something we embrace. But how do you obviously make the most of our skin and how we look?
If you do have aging skin, one of the things you'll notice is that this skin here does start to sag, and you can get lines in that. If you put like a real shimmery, like cream champagnes and go up high, it does show up more. It does look like, as in it shows up any lines and wrinkles more. So I do think it's best to avoid, not entirely, but especially if you're going up high with it, and instead just to incorporate a little bit in the inner corners, which will just bring your eyes out, to make them look bigger. The more shimmery, paler colour in the inner will open them up, but avoid any sort of shimmer up here, because it just does encourage, it does make it look a little bit more aged, which not the look we're going for, is it really?
No, not at all. I also want to say with the Doll Smash Expressions palette, so it was $32, you're getting it for $28.50. All you need to do is comment, and the product, what you need to do is say it's shop E. That is how you'll get a link. All products are animal friendly with hypoallergenic formulas. And on top of that, they do include the airbrushes, the Kabui brush, which has become a bit of a breakout TikTok hit. Just FYI, everybody. Alex is saying, loving all of these tips. Wow, that is good to hear. This is what Beauty Uncovered is all about. And make sure that you are obviously signing up for our giveaways each week. Halfway through, we will be doing a giveaway and drawing that competition. Right, so where are we up to, Emma?
So you could actually leave this as the daytime eye. If you wanted a little bit more definition, you can take one of the darker shades like this one at the bottom called Drama. Use a brush that's got a flat, like a bit of a stumpy, a flat eyeliner brush. And when you pop that into it, you can just line. Let me use my mirror. You can just line, and that will define without having to use any heavy blacks. But now what I'm going to do is just show you just how to take this to an evening eye without any crazy drama or false lashes or anything like that. Just a very simple next step. Let me just get a different brush.
Question for you as Emma, you get ready to do that. How do we prevent? I love how, because I'm someone who's like, definitely I can't do an eyeliner. I'm just like, suddenly it's all over. So I love using a brush to just create that definition. However, when I use a darker shade, I always find that I end up getting the powder around here and then I have to smudge and blah, blah, blah. Any tips on how to kind of prevent that from happening?
It's one of those things that does happen quite a lot. There's not really a great way to avoid it, but there's things you can do to help if it happens. So always do your eye makeup first and try not to have any concealer or anything here, because when you do get the fall down, you just want to be able to wipe it away with a wipe or a cotton bud. So just keep this clear. Like if you can try and do your eyes first. Another thing is tilting your chin up a little bit. Obviously, that means you can't see your mirror as much. Or you could be really prepared and have a tissue that you place there, and then you hold it with that finger and go like that. It's a little bit messier, but it tends to be the only ways, really. It is inevitable. Then I'm just going to take a smaller brush and I'm going to go for a darker shade. This is the shade Drama. And then where we did that V at the beginning, you take your darkest shade and you just push the darker shade into the outer socket there. Just doing a little V again. Just do that on both sides. And then we'll take that brush that we used originally that has no powder on, that you used to blend, and buff it in. Just blend, blend, blend. And then the flat brush that I used to do the eyeliner is when you go over that, just basically right next to your upper lash line, just smudging your darkest brown shade and just keep smudging. And you can then also do it on the underneath as well. As you can see, I have done the evening eye. So I just basically added the Drama, which is the dark brown, and just popped it on there and blended. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is to use a eye pencil. So this one is by Airy Perez and it's in shade Copper. So like I was saying before, if anybody has blue eyes, like a really bright blue eye, this is just going to make it pop. But it actually is so universal, so it works on all types of eye colors too. So like brown, green, anything in between, it works. So I'm going to just pop this on to my lower eyelid. We can finish off the nighttime eye. And I have literally just smudged a little bit in. That was just a tiny bit, but you can already see the difference. And you can always go over the top as well on the lash line, like here. So as you can see, the blue eyes are popping and it's a nice warm eye. Okay, so as you can see, I have done the eyeliner and the eyeshadow. So this is now what I would say is perfect for an evening eyeshadow look. However, we have some other products that we need to use as well, which would finish the look off, because I believe that the look has to be finished with brows and lashes. Now, you don't need really heavy black or like really bold products for this. Okay, the first one we're going to take is the Argan Brow Hero. And this is, as you can see, it's in a brown shade. Now, this is more of a universal shade for people. I naturally have a darker eyebrow, but most people don't naturally have as dark eyebrow that I have. So this is probably a shade that would suit a lot of other people. But as you can see, it has a really small little brush at the end, and it's like a liquid gel formula that brushes through the brows. So I'm just going to take it. It's really simple to use these. You don't need to have any particular skills. You just follow your natural brow and brush upwards like that, and just follow the brow along. Then if you just dot it on your hand, if you think that you're using too much product. That just wipes a bit of the excess product off to give you a bit of a softer finish. Just brush it through the ends. Then time for the next brow. Just keep brushing through the brows. The good thing about these kind of products is you have, it's like a brush built in, so you don't need a double, like a double end like product and then a different like brushing tool. You actually just have it all in one, a brush and the colour. So as you can see, the brows are then done. And then next we have the Avocado Waterproof Mascara. I always use waterproof mascaras for weddings and occasions, because obviously if people are emotional at weddings or anything like that, you always want them to have a waterproof mascara on. So I do rate them for everything. They are a little bit tougher to remove, and like they basically don't budge as easy as other mascaras, which is great if you've got like occasions that take a long time. Okay, so this one here, you can see it's a very big brush, which is perfect because then it can take the whole eye in less sweeps. So I'm just going to apply this up through the lashes. And just brush through. How you know that you have a good mascara is always by the actual brush and the wand. You just keep brushing it through the lashes like that. And then don't forget about the lower lashes. So many people forget about these. Just pop a little bit on there. Like that. But as you can see, that is like a nice warm brown eye, and it is lined lovely with like a copper toned eyeliner. You've got a copper tone running across the top, and then you've got the mascara and the brow products through, so it perfectly frames the eyes. I feel like it just makes them stand out really well. It's got like a bit of a golden brown shimmer. So yeah, I really do recommend a palette that has all these brown tones. It looks actually through my camera that a lot of these are really light. It's not really picking up the pigments as best it could. But there's a couple here that have got an incredible shimmer. And these ones here are really pigmented. You can kind of see if I show them a little bit closer. If I pop one on the back of my hand, I don't know if that's going to pick up the pigment. You can kind of see it there. So it is a really nice shimmer.